Article 39.
All right, so let's set the scene here. Imagine this. You're an exporter, right? And you've just landed a huge order. I mean, this is the big one. Your biggest client has promised to pay. It's totally guaranteed. But there's always a but, isn't there? The catch is they're going to pay you in 90 days. But you need that cash right now. You've got suppliers to pay. You need to get started on the next job. So what on earth do you do?
Well, this is exactly where something called a letter of credit, or LC for short, comes into play. Think of it as a trust builder. I mean, it's designed for buyers and sellers who might be on opposite sides of the planet. It's basically a guarantee from a bank saying, hey, seller, you're going to get paid. We promise. As long as you meet all the conditions, like shipping the goods on time. It's a rock-solid promise that the money is coming.
Okay, so you've got this promise. Sounds great, right? But here's the big roadblock. And what that means is you can't just take this piece of paper to your bank or to your own supplier and say, here, just take this promise of payment instead of actual cash. Nope, can't do it. It's locked specifically to you.
And in the lingo of international trade, you in this situation have a specific name. You're the beneficiary. You are the one and only one designated to receive the funds. So that promise of payment is tied directly and only to you, the exporter who's actually doing all the work.
So you can see the problem, right? If this promise of money is locked to you and only you, are you just stuck? Do you really have to wait around for 3 months? Is there really no way to leverage that guaranteed future payment to get the cash you desperately need today?
Well, here's the good news. No, you are not stuck, because there's this really clever workaround, kind of a powerful little secret actually, hidden right there in the official rulebook of global trade, and it changes everything.
And here it is, the hero of our story, UCP600, Article 39. And just listen to this key part. The fact that a credit is not stated to be transferable shall not affect the right of the beneficiary to assign any proceeds. That right there, that is the big aha moment. It's saying, look, even if the credit itself, the whole package, isn't transferable, you still have every right to assign the proceeds, the actual money, the cash you're owed.
And what this rule does so brilliantly is it illustrates the core of the entire solution. It draws this super important, clear line in the sand between two things, the work and the money. You might think they're the same thing, but legally, they are totally separate concepts, and the rules treat them very, very differently.
Okay, so let's really break this down. When an LC is non-transferable, it means you can't assign the performance. You can't just hire some other company to do the job for you. Your client hired you. But Article 39 says you can assign the proceeds. Let me give you an analogy. It's like this. You can't just tell your boss, hey, have a temp do my job this week, right? That's the performance. But you can absolutely go to payroll and say, hey, deposit my paycheck into my spouse's bank account. That's the proceeds. See the difference? That's the whole game right there.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? It's basically a simple 4-step process. Step 1, you do the work. You fulfill your duties, you ship the goods. Easy enough. Step 2, you take all the correct documents to the bank, proving you held up your end of the bargain. Step 3, and this is the magic part, you formally assign the right to that future payment to someone else. This is usually your own bank, and they'll often give you a loan or cash up front in exchange for it. And then step 4, when those 90 days are finally up, the client's payment just goes directly to that third party you assigned it to. And just like that, you've turned a future promise into cold hard cash today. And just in case there was any doubt, the rule itself spells this out crystal clear. The very next sentence says, and I quote, "This article relates only to the assignment of proceeds and not to the assignment of the right to perform." It's like a legal firewall. The responsibility to do the job, that stays with you. But the right to collect the cash, that can be given to someone else.
Okay, so you might be thinking, this is a neat little trick, but why does this one simple rule matter so much, right? How can a single sentence buried in a rulebook be so incredibly important for the entire global economy?
Because it unlocks everything. This one rule is what gives exporters the working capital they need, not just to survive, but to grow. It means a smaller business can confidently say yes to a massive order from a giant corporation because they know they can get the financing to make it happen. It injects this vital flexibility and liquidity, that's cash flow, into the whole system. Honestly, it's one of the key pieces of grease that keeps the giant, complex engine of global supply chains running smoothly.
So to put it as simply as possible, Article 39 does something truly incredible. It takes a simple promise of future payments and transforms it into a real, tangible, and powerful financial asset that you can use today.